morning, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, I warmly welcome you all as chartered students. This is the first time to outside. Thank you, Mr. Manas, the head of the leader of the office regional right? Yes. Today we have the master from the international Toastmaster. Let me introduce them. The first one who is Ajahn Mesan. Please welcome him. The next one, he is the professional Toastmaster. His name is Ajahn Arun. He is the leader of the talk. As chartered student, I stand here with the confidence because the teaching department, I think we are friendly, we are clever, we are brave to speak English, and I know you understand me. I'm really happy to meet you all today, and we are apologize if I late about the 5 or 10 minutes because the Bangkok is the terrible traffic, you know. And then I think this session you don't fear anything. You don't fear anything because this page is you can learn, you can mistake anything what you else. Could you please speak anything what you want? And before the meeting open, let me invite Ajahn Mesan to introduce about the Toastmaster system to you. Please a big round of applause to Ajahn Mesan.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Toastmasters is a non-profit organization that helps people to speak effectively. So today we speak in English. If you happen not to understand a certain word, please let me know. I will speak as slowly as possible. In Toastmasters, if we speak too fast, somebody will ask us to slow down. If we speak too slowly, then somebody will ask us to speed up. So the most important thing in communication is to make people understand. So when we stand up here, speak, and the audience cannot understand, nothing happens. The most important thing in communication is to make people understand what we say as clearly as possible. To be the Toastmaster, we need to know how to put the right words into the right message for the right people at the right time, and of course in the right place with the right delivery. Our country needs more leaders who can speak effectively. You all are leaders, believe me, in one way or another. When you lead a team, you talk to your friends, you give advice, you are a leader. A lot of people say, no, I am not a leader. No, everyone was born a leader. The only thing is that when we use our leadership skills. And of course, speaking is the most important part that can make you a successful person. For example, you work, a lot of people in Thailand think, oh, we don't speak English. But actually, all of us speak English. Sometimes not. But the most important thing, we learn English, we speak English, but how to speak it effectively, how to speak it meaningfully to make people understand us. So don't worry, when you are the Toastmaster and you are in this room, it is a room for practice. Practice and practice. When you come up, you make mistakes, don't worry about it. A lot of people concerned with grammar, the grammatical rules. Oh, I want to speak English. If I make mistake, it's a shame. Don't think that. We can make mistakes, Sometimes slip of the tongue, we make a mistake. Even native speakers make a lot of mistakes. But we are not aware of that sometimes. So don't worry about it. Once you have the chance to speak up, speak what you want. Don't think, oh, I don't know about the grammar. It may be a mistake there. Don't worry about that. When I was young, I remember before going to study in Malaysia, my teacher worried about my English when I was young. She said, son, if you go to Penang, when people speak to you and you cannot understand, just say, beg your pardon. Let them repeat it. Beg your pardon. But I don't know what happened. I couldn't say the word beg your pardon. As you said in Thailand, I said beg your pardon, right? So the first day I went to an Indian shop, but would like to buy something. The Indian guy couldn't understand me when I talked. When he said something, I couldn't understand it. I tried to tell him something. And finally, I just said, beg your pardon, and he nodded. I thought he understood what I said. He turned back and gave me a tube of parodontax, the toothpaste. Anyone can be better if we dare to make a change. Attitudes is the most important thing in life. So when we are confident, we will have a better attitude. In speaking, in being a leader, we don't have to be born very handsome or very beautiful. We need to have a good attitude and we need to have confidence. So this is Toastmaster for you. In this room, you may make a mistake. When you go back home, you feel, oh, why? I made a mistake. I will change it. The word, I will change it, already changed your life. Every day, make sure you do something better. A lot of people make excuses. I don't speak English at work. Actually, there is no excuse. This year, Thailand is the chairman of ASEAN. We try to make everybody speak English and speak effectively, not to create even more misunderstanding. Actually, to speak effectively, it is science. Even it's up. Long ago, people said speaking was reserved for those who were born gifted with the power of speech. Do you believe that? Actually, every one of us here could speak. We were all born with the art. At least we could speak. And then we can learn, we can acquire our skill by learning from books, from our senior members, from anyone. But it's just like swimming. You learn the theoretical part, reading how to swim, with the stroke and everything. You jump into the water, you get drowned because you've never been there before. So the most important thing is that you get into the pool and then start swimming. The same in speaking. You can practice. Don't worry about it. Don't say my English is not good, I don't want to speak up. Don't worry about it. Don't be too humble. We Thai people are lovely. The number one in the world that people admire because of our humbleness or humility. We are very, very polite, courteous. And then when people come to Thailand, the old Thai people keep on smiling, so nice, so humble. But I always say, don't be over humble. Be humble is good. Humble means thom-ton. But don't be over humble, it becomes kalom-ton. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are humble in order to do something great in our life, but not be over humble. For example, when you are working, somebody would like you to be promoted. Never say no, I'm not ready. Take it. I remember my father would like to promote someone to be the director of the company. And my father told him, "You are the best guy. I will promote you." He said, "No, I'm not ready. Don't promote me." The day later, my father promoted another one. And he came into the room, banging the table. "Why didn't you nominate me?" My father said, "You said you are not ready. I would like to promote you. You say no." He said, "I am green guy." Green guy in the wrong way. So be sure that we have to be prepared. To be prepared. That's why when the time comes, grab it. That is the opportunity. I have been in Toastmasters not so long, only 29 years, helping people to speak up. Some people think that coming to be a Toastmaster is to speak more. I said to speak more concisely, with accuracy, to get results faster. That is a good speaker. A good speaker is not just keep on speaking, but a good speaker is that to convince people, make them understand what we want. Talking to our boss or talking to our followers, make them understand what we want. We speak English, don't worry about your English. Believe me, don't worry about that. Just keep on speaking. We use global English. We use global English. When I was speaking last 2 months, one guy asked me, "Sir, are you using American or British accent?" I said, in speaking, we don't care about that. So far that we make people understand. My friend who went to America, spoke with the American. Then the American talked something to him he couldn't understand. He said, "Sorry, I speak with the British accent." And then when I went with him to London, the Londoner talked to him, he also couldn't understand. He said, "I'm sorry, I learned the American accent." That means he had no accent at all. He didn't understand. That's the most important thing. So don't worry, so far as you can speak English, just speak up. When you are invited, get up. Don't say no. Never say no. When you say no, you block yourself. When you say no, you block yourself. Ajahn Arun came to the club 26 years ago. When I asked a question, I looked at him. I said, "You are invited." So he came up. What did you say, Ajahn Arun?
Not yet.
Not yet. And he went, sit down, doing nothing. I said, "Congratulations." He asked me after the meeting, "Why you congratulated me?" I just said, "Not yet." I said, "You gain self-confidence. When you come up here, you don't know the answer. People ask you about dogs. You don't like dogs. You can talk about cats. But when you talk to your boss, he asks about something, don't talk about another thing. But in the club, you can do that, believe me. And this is the place to gain self-confidence. I'm confident to speak up. So there will be one session called table topic session. In Thai, we call Gratuso. Right? Somebody will ask you a question. You just stand up. Be sure to come up. Even asking for volunteer. If you know something about that, oh, I can say something. Stand up, volunteer. For example, when I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, my first question, roses are beautiful." I love it. Roses are beautiful. I love it, for example. Oh, I love them, it's up to you. And then I asked, "Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Ajahn Arun." Ajahn Arun did not like roses, for example. He liked jasmine. So he came up. How Ajahn Arun would respond? He would then stand up. First, of course, not walk with the chair. He would stand up and came to the lectern here. And what happened? I will shake hands with Ajahn Arun. Internationally, we use the shaking hand method. Shaking hand, why we have to shake hand? When we shake hand, we look into somebody who invited us and smile inside. I always think this. When somebody invited me, when I'm shaking hand, I say, I love you. You love me or not, I don't care. But when I get a stage fright, I cannot speak, help me please. When you shake hands with the table topics master, and then you face to the audience, if you don't know what to say, smile. For 1 minute, you are successful. After smiling, I say bye-bye and then you go sit down. You're already successful. You are successful because you gain self-confidence. Next time, people, oh, I will try. I will try. So this is what the Toastmasters are hoping people to be successful. And then after you give a speech, somebody will come up to give you the evaluation. Don't be afraid. We don't criticize for no reason. We will show you room for improvement. And then be calm, be ready. Even you got stage fright, don't run out of the door. When I forgot something, don't feel shy. Because I get the demonstration one day at a hospital. A very clever, talented nurse who could speak very well before the meeting. I asked her the question, and she came up and spoke only for 30 seconds, and she stopped short. She didn't know what to do. And then suddenly, she said, I don't know what to do. And I said, congratulations, well done. She ran out of the door. I ran after her, to bring her back. She said, no, I cannot. I said, no. If you be away this time, you will lose your momentum. You will never again be a good speaker. Actually, I met her for the first time, but I forced her to sit down. And she sat there for 2 hours after that. After the meeting, I talked to her. And you know, she's the first one at that hospital who finished the first 10 projects. And she became a very professional speaker. She went out talking about how to help the patients. So ladies and gentlemen, you can be one. At work, you work with the Thai language. But when you speak, try to speak in English sometimes. We Thai people always translate every word. That's why sometimes it makes us difficult to speak. We see the sun, we say พระอาทิตย์ the sun. กำลังขึ้น is rising all the time. So if you do this every day, the sun is rising. The sun is rising. When you meet your friend, you say good morning. First time you say good morning. Next time you say good morning. And after that you become more confident. This is what we want our Thai people to speak English and be one of the best competitors in the international arena. So please, I say please, because I would like to have Thai people compete, because we are all Thai, right? But at my club, I cannot say that we have British, we have American. But personally, I'm a Thai. I would like Thai people to compete in the world arena, be number one. That's why we try to build Thai people to speak up. I and Ajahn Arun being invited to the Department of Public Relations, training a group of young people for ASEAN Championship. And then we were very proud. After the training, they got up and spoke. Really, naturally, you can be one. If it's not now, then when? If it's not you, then who? Do it, please. Be a Toastmaster. Be ready today. So when you understand something, you share it here. Okay? Don't feel I am not ready. Don't underestimate yourself. Be ready for it. And our table topics master today will be Toastmaster Tay, right? Yes, so you can see how she asked the question. I hope that the question is not too difficult. The table topics master will ask the question 2 times. And so you listen to the question. If you know, raise your hand. If you don't know about it but you like to answer, come up. Don't worry about that. If you forget something, as I said, smile before going back. And of course, today we have 4 speakers. 4 speakers are all the speakers in this room. We have speaker number 1, Toastmaster M. Where are you? Yes. And then Toastmaster Nan. Yes. Toastmaster B. Toastmaster B not in this room yet? B. B, E, E, B. B, yes. Oh,
His last name
B. B.
B E E B.
Oh, B, E, E, B. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, here. And then Toastmaster A, right? Oh, yes. Yeah, if I pronounce your name with bad English, don't worry, just come up. And of course, you each will introduce yourself. In Toastmaster, the most important part is evaluation. After speaking, someone will come up and give you the evaluation. You may or may not agree with him or her. But when you go back home, you review and revise. He said that I should do this. Do I agree with him? If not, next time I will do it again. You are not forced to change. This is a natural way. For example, when I was speaking and I look at the ceiling most of the time, the evaluator said, I thought there's something at the ceiling, and then you've been watching the ceiling, not the audience. If I disagree with him, I like looking at the ceiling while speaking. It's still okay. Keep our heart open. I go back home. I say, why he evaluated that way? Next time I will change. Not to look at the ceiling while speaking to the audience, or just keep on. If I like looking at the ceiling speaking, I don't care about the audience. It's my right. Next time I come back, I do the same thing. Somebody evaluates me again. The same thing. I go back home. I will think, probably I need to change. That is the changing process in Toastmasters. We will never say, Arun, your speech so bad. In Toastmasters, we will never say that. We are constructive evaluators. Arun, you look very confident. When you deliver the speech, very good opening, good body. The only part I would like to advise is the conclusion. If you could enforce with a little more strength, you will be very successful. That's all. What we do in Toastmasters. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, now we move with the agenda. Yes. Now before that, I would like to hand the control back to our president. The most important thing I would like to leave here is that be proud of yourself. Be ready. If you don't understand, please ask questions. If you are ready, when I ask you first, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. When we say yes, with power, with passion, don't forget. Before I leave, I would like to share you one story. Some 40 years ago, I was being invited to speak on the stage in Thailand. About 800 people. Then when I would like to start, I would like to warm up the audience. I stood up and said, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Nobody answered. Good morning. Why? Yeah, here is different, right? But in that stage, good morning.
Wow.
There's no answer. What happened? Oh, my no response. And then one lady, after 30 seconds, said good morning. And everyone say good morning after 40 seconds. Be ready. When we are attending a certain meeting or whatever, be ready. When people ask questions, go with the impact. When people say, are you ready? Yes, we are ready. Yes, and then make it with confidence. When you say yes, your heart grows stronger. So now it's time for practice. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good comment from the Afghanistan. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I am error. Let me introduce some young lady from the Toastmaster. Let's introduce Ajahn Chotip. Please welcome her. Thank you, Mike. Please come to and say something with us.
Good morning, everyone here. I'm very glad to see you. You know how long I have lived history department? Someone know? How long? How long?
40.
I left history department 26 years. And now, you know, how much there? 86 years. No, you don't believe me. What? Yeah, I'm 86. Because I think that I am not too old to give you everything that you would like to know about our history department. Because on that time, when I have been in the history department, I finished on the Chulalongkorn University. This is the first one in the tertiary department that could speak English, like it could. Yeah, because on that time we have the public administration service. You don't know to take the new accounting because we work with the control department on that time. And we get every avenue of the report history department. And no one, that time, no one could not know English. I'm so proud because I just 17 years old. Yes, I could know. And I can translate everything that some some do in everything that we check or of the account. Yeah, no one. It's really difficult to do it. Just you know, I must do one go to do everything on that section. Oh, one time. I tell myself, you ought to know, you ought to go, you ought to do, you ought to do. At last, I'm finished by one word in one section. It's true. This I would say that on that time, no more to get education, more of them. That's all. I think that when before 95, I was in tertiary department. What time? What year? 2495ปัจจุบัน Yeah, one with the first time that you know I'm British from Germany. I must be close. This is something you not cannot up by your you want to say you can you ought to this position until we have some position. What goal is difficult to stay there, but stay. When the last time I come to step before, I'm glad to see. And I think that success for in this program, if you try to use money come from young people, check. That's too old. But then, at last time, never talked about it. I then support everybody. And someone, if you get anywhere, please call me. See? You ought to find key chop. Not ask.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Remember, okay. Before the meeting, I'm glad to meet you all and very happy to talk with you. Now it's a reasonable time. I'm opening with the Toastmaster now. Let me invite Madam Toastmaster of the day. Please welcome Toastmaster J. Okay, sorry, for all day.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will start with the favorite topic Toastmaster first. It's my pleasure to take this role in. Right now, you are going to have an opportunity to participate in one of the most exciting and the portion of Toastmaster that's called table topic session. To challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills to effectively think on their feet by answering questions. We also want to give everyone to have the opportunity to speak at each meeting. Today I have 5 questions. Normally I will give the opportunity to the member or guests who have no assignment today. And however, if anyone who would like to answer my question is also welcome. To answer the questions, I will choose a member to come up here and give 2 minutes answer. At 1 minute, the green side will be shown. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, the yellow side will be shown. And at 2 minutes, the red side will be shown. However, if you still cannot finish your answer, you will have another 30 seconds to write your answer. For better understanding, each question will be asked twice. So please listen carefully. Are you ready? Question number 1. Who inspired you to be better? Who inspired you to be better? Anyone else here? Want to answer these questions? Please come up. Who inspired you to be better? Any original quote? Picture it. Please come up here.
Yeah.
So we why to be better. My parents. I want to be to my parents proud and better in every day. And I pay attention to my work. And give up my parents to comfortable done. Thank you. Thanks for your answer. Where are you from? We are teacher. That's okay. Next question. Why did you decide to do the work that you are doing now? Why you decide to do the work that you are doing now? And you are 10. Why you decide to do the work that you are doing now? And now, anyone else you want to answer these questions? Please welcome พี่กวางค่ะ
Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, why I decided to work here? First of all, I was in a scholarship program called ODOS, Undergraduate Scholarship. I don't know if you heard about that. And I want to give back my benefits of this program to government, because the scholarship is provided by the government. And the second one is because of the welfare that I could get from being a government officer. That I could provide the health care for my parents, myself, and my family. And I think being government officer is a good job, and it's a stable job. And that's it.
Okay, today we have 5 problems, right? So I have 5 questions. The third one is the lie that you tell the most often. What lie you tell the most often? Have you ever lied? What lie you tell the most often? Lie. What lie you tell the most often? Maybe not one for me. I really. Any volunteers? How about this role? What lie you tell the most often? What lie you tell the most often? What lie you tell the most often? What the problems? If you have volunteer, I will pick one. Please.
Yeah, and
your life meaning? Or what makes your life meaning? 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 How about this role? Which province? If you don't have any words, I will pick one. Then. So please welcome นครปฐมค่ะ Set one stand here to answer this question. Please. Where is Nakhon Pathom? Just one. Just only one person from Nakhon Pathom.อะไรที่ทำให้ชีวิตมีความหมายอะคะอะไรที่ทำให้ชีวิตมีความหมายAny words here? Come on. We have some slides for you. นครปฐมนั่งที่ไหนคะตัวแทนนครปฐมคือตรงไหนคะ
ใช่ครับขอบคุณครับเชิญเลยครับ
say to my life um ชีวิตมีความหมายแล้วก็ I see people my home and mother and my father it's a travel ไปท่องเที่ยว check in my life people I see.
That is our last question. If your life was a book, what should its title be? If your life was a book, what would its title be? If your life was a book, what should be its title? All the province will have an answer. Last three girls, this row, please. ขอแถวนี้เลยค่ะ ข้างหลังค่ะ ถ้าเปรียบชีวิตเหมือนหนังสือชีวิตของเราเนี่ยมันจะมีชื่อเรื่องว่าตั้งใจภาษาไทยก็ได้เชิญค่ะเห็นจัดว่า
ladies and gentlemen, to come back after the table topic session. And don't worry about that, it's very simple. And now I am taking the role of what we call the Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day in Thai is Pitigon. You know, Pitigon, of course, because the Toastmaster of the Day. And the Toastmaster of the Day in Toastmasters, we do it like we call semi-formal pattern of practice. That means we are somebody who have to to have a good transition for each session. You have to ensure that the meeting goes smoothly, smoother than silk. No one from Thai Airways like so smoother than silk. And so in Toastmasters we learn like table topics. For the table topics there is a way to answer. For example, if somebody asks you a question, we use the PrEP method. P-R-E-P. You can note it down. P-R-E-P. The first P is the point of opening, the opening point. When someone asks you, what is about life? The point is that when you come up, hey, what I would like to talk about life. What we want to talk about life. And then the R mean when you say something about life, then you have to what? Give reason. I wanted to say that life is amazing. I love being born. As Thai son, I'm here today. The reason is that I never got sick, or whatever you can say the reason. And you give example. Don't forget to give the example. The E. P for point of opening, R for reason, E for example. And then don't forget to close the message. That is the point of closing. We call it the ending point. Yeah, when you want to leave, for example, I talk about cat. I love cats so much. At my home I got 20 cats. The reason I love cats, because they were so lovely. They never argue with me. So lovely, better than dogs, in my opinion. One day when I went back home, the 20 cats jumped on me. I felt very happy. The reason I love cats, because they're really lovely and friendly. Never argue with me. Whenever I met the cats, I feel happy. That's why to make my day amazing. Because you can go your way, whatever you want to say. So don't worry about anything when you speak. All the same, speak for 1 minute or speak for 1 hour. It's the same. Opening, body, and conclusion. That is the most important thing. And of course, we have actually word of the day today, right? Yes, because in Toastmasters, sometimes we need a word of the day so the members can know how to use the word. Today we have somebody to share with it. That's none other than Toastmaster Cherry.
Good morning, Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. I think everybody ever heard this word estimate. E-S-T-I-M-A-T-E. Estimate could be used in two different ways. First, you can use this word by word that meaning a quality or value. You make an approximate judgment or calculation of it. For example, he estimates the speed of the wind from the degree of damage. Second, you can use the word by countable noun that meaning an approximate calculation of a quality or value. or judgment about a person or situation which you make based on the available evidence. For example, a recent estimate was the factory were contaminated by about 50%. 2 had not been far wrong in my estimate of this grandson capacity. Now I hope all of you will get to know more about this work. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr.
Yes, you can take a challenge once you are Toastmaster, and then you would like to share your ideas with someone. And today I would like to say congratulations to our speaker. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, now we are coming to the part that called Thought of the Day. You know, Thought of the Day is very important for our life. Every day we might have quite a number of thoughts of the day so we can have good practice. And of course, that's none other than Toastmaster Fun. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kwan. Thought of the day, just smile and be positive. When something bad happens, just smile. When feeling worried, just smile. When feeling good, just smile. And when suffering, just smile. No matter what happens, just thinking positive side and don't forget to smile. Because smiling is the best way to make a safe empowerment for facing with any problem in our life. Moreover, smiling also makes another people feel happy, relaxed, and feel more steady. Every time when you feeling good, you could think positive about the good side and then make a big smile from you totally hard. If you can do it, you will get solved every problem you face. Smile for life. Thank you.
So don't forget to smile. And yes, it will lengthen our life. And of course, give our Thought of the Day speaker a big round of applause. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing in our life is to have confidence in us. Confidence and do the great things, do the good things, right? And so this is very important for all of us. And of course, I always feel that I'm still too young. So that's why I need to learn more. That's why so when I have met Ajahn Chotip, I felt that I was younger and younger and younger. That's why every day I would talk to myself. The first time I met her when I went back home, I told my wife, we are still young. We are still young. We have to learn more, to work more, to better ourselves. And today, talking with her from Bangkok to Nakhon Pathom, you know that is a motivation. You are so lucky to have such a person in the organization. After retirement, still keeping on. We need people of what we call ownership. This is very important. I remember when my daughter working with the GE company, they focus on one thing, ownership. That's why made the company grow very dramatically. Yes, I would like to have not only one Ajahn Chotip, to have hundreds of Ajahn Chotip. Our country will be very peaceful. Give her a big round of applause. Yes, I am so happy. And of course now we have 4 speakers. All speakers, are you ready? As I say, the first speaker will be Toastmaster M, right? Yes. And then the second speaker will be Toastmaster N. The third speaker will be Toastmaster B. And then the last but not least important speaker will be Toastmaster A. Yes, all together. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to listen to the speakers?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And so you know now we are in the world of Toastmasters, in the world of learning. Don't be afraid. Any kind of work, any kind of profession, communication is needed. I would like to share with you even Syrian. You know Syrian, the actor, the actress. Syrian, the star. And Organ, the star. Yeah, she joined Toastmasters as well. And then she used to ask as the star and have been on television for so long. I've been the speaker of what can I benefit from Toastmasters. I said you have come to the right place. You can learn a lot because Toastmasters help you be a more responsible speaker. Will help you convey the message effectively, to be more professional. And she asked me one question: what's the difference between a speaker and a star? I said if we were both being invited to speak to 1,000 people, and then of course when they say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the superstar Syria, and then I was the second speaker, my heart would drop. Because people look at you, they recognize you, they like the star. And what about Paisan? However, as a good speaker, the decision will be made at the end of the speech. When you spoke something that's very serious, for example, you talk about the death of your mother or something. Sometimes the star, superstar, could make tears at any moment, cry before the audience. But speaker will never do that. Professional speaker also act on it. But we are not actors or actresses. Acting is part of a speaker, but the speaker are not actors. Just remember that. So when you speak, people doubt. When people start to doubt whether you are telling the real story or not, then it's my turn. People will say, Paisan, a good speaker. At the end. Because I did not create doubt in their mind or in their brain. This is the most important thing. That's why we come to Toastmasters to learn how to speak. Syrian then became our member. Organ also joined as our member. You all can be different. Do it. Take it. Never procrastinate. Never change. I always say procrastination. Procrastination is the root of all evils. I want to be thinner, but I never exercise. I eat more each day. I want to lower my cholesterol, but I took durian paste every morning. How could I reduce it? So we need the discipline. And start now. We can make a difference. And now we come to the first speaker. Toastmaster M, are you ready? But before that, I would like to have Ajahn Arun to read the objectives.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. The objective of project number 1, the icebreaker, to begin speak before an audience, to discover speaking skill you already have and skill that deserve attention. Time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the first speaker, Toastmaster M. Please come forward. Yes.
couple. Also have dad, mom, one daughter and me. For me, it's single mom. I'm live in Kanchanaburi, but I come work at Rajpuri. I done myself to work every day, so I have to leave house 7 a.m. Also far and dry, but I was happy to work here. My office is small, but everyone is working, is very friendly and healthy. Today, I am honored very much to come to join English skill training with everyone. With I train with my one colleague. Her name is Nishati Puka. She is very good colleague. When I find a problem, she will help me in everything. I think my lucky to work here. I met a reader and colleague. Thank you for listening. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Well, project number 1, first speaker, I will not give evaluation because we have the evaluators. And of course, since all the speakers speak under one project number 1. So no more objectives to be read, but the second speaker will be evaluated by President Du. So he will evaluate after the speech later. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite the second speaker. Are you ready? Toastmaster Nan, where are you? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Nan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is myself. My name is My name is Nan, and I am 26 years old. I work at City of Swansea. My position is Deputy President of Church. I have brother, who my family live in Nakhon I work at Suhamri because my boyfriend he lives Suhamri. I like travel in mountain, in the sea. I don't like night bar. Take I like eat seafood. I very much เขาคือมี funny and he and cute and I like yes nice to meet you thank you
Great. Okay, before we move to the next speaker, I wanted to say my sister not here. Her name is Tati. If she's here, then she will. Oh, I love Tati too. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the third speaker, Toastmaster B. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me welcoming the speaker now.
จริงๆแล้วอาจารย์ไพศาลนะครับ Good morning ladies and gentlemen speaking project one into myself my name is Mr. ธีรพงษ์ลือนามนะครับ property valuation position property valuation professional level the National Treasury Office นครปฐม my boss Mr. มนัสใจสะอาดนะฮะ Director of นครปฐม Education Treasury I think working they cover my heart holiday holiday short holiday I and with my sweetheart go the tourist province called Thailand as province จังหวัดกาญจนบุรีกาญจนบุรีโพวิสราชบุรีโพวิสนะฮะแล้วก็สมุทรสงครามโพวิสแห่งเพชรบุรีนะฮะIt's the long holiday. I go is so to be ashamed of my life. I understand when I believe of the people when having problem in living. Understand in the problem. I the people I see them but long time holiday one ideas I and Subin had the over tourist travel abroad the country intended to travel Hokkaido, Japan, and Moscow, Russia. แล้วก็อย่างเช่นกิกI'm happy to travel. Good that to the goodbye too. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Wow, so great. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the last but not least important speaker. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Ben.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Varatchaya Asa. You can call me Boombe. I'm 32 years old. born in Surat Thani province, and I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. I graduated from Bangkok University, majoring in business computer, and I can't tell about my GPA. It's so embarrassing. I'm the real property procurement officer at the Regional Treasury Office, Kanchanaburi, and with really 2 partners. First, her name is Charinat Parik. You can call her Nungin. And next, beautiful in short hair. Her name is Darinya Dikabaya. You can call her Dimi. Nature and description of my work. And besides, state property management, administer, maintain grant reuses, manage the ownership custody, and execute the legal affairs of the state property with efficient and beneficial manner to the state. That's my work. My hobbies are surfing the internet, watching US series such as Chicago PD, Hawaii 5-0, and Criminal Minds. They all have a lot of knowledge. My favorite sport is badminton. I can improve my health through playing it. I play it about 2 times in a week. This makes me feel energetic every day. I like to eat sushi because fish. It's very smooth and soft. I like salmon fish because it's very delicious. My favorite food is rice and salmon fish on the top. My favorite place is Sayok Yai Waterfall in my hometown. I think it's the perfect place for me. There is beautiful nature and cool air. I'm excited every time to board lap downstream. I feel relaxed. And the last one, I'm glad to be here for John and part of workshop. I will try my best. And nice to meet everyone. Thank you.
Noah, how did you feel? All the speaker perform dramatically well, so give all the speakers a round of applause. As a first time speaker, sometimes it's not easy, but if you practice every day, it's easier. Then, of course, a lot of us will say that someone who speaks English fluently can be better. It's not definitely true. It depends on the spirit, on the confidence, and then we can do it better. Because I used to speak in Kuala Lumpur, one lady prepared herself so well, but when she was on the stage, she spoke only for 1 minute and she forgot everything. It happened even on any stage in life. So be sure that we have the confidence and just do it. Prepare ourselves, we can make a difference. And I would like to say that all of you did very well for project number 1 today. And of course, in Toastmasters, however good you are, we will have evaluators. And today, someone who will act as the general evaluator, who is going to give the overall feedback. That is the general evaluator. He will come with the team on the timer, the accounter, the personal evaluators. And the time is so important in Toastmasters. So today our timer is none other than Toastmasters Song. Yes? So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Toastmasters Song for the time report.
remind all speakers how much time they spend on their speech, so that we will not dismiss it on time. Here is my time report. For typical topic, 2 minutes is the maximum that time allowed for each speaker. Question number 1, answered by TNP. You spend 55-32 seconds. Question number 2, answered by TN1. You spend 1 minute 22 seconds. Question number 3, answered by TN Jimmy. You spend 30 seconds. Question number 4, answered by TNB. You spend 34.7 seconds. Question number 5, answered by TN-Man. You spend 1 minute 30 seconds. And for prepared speech, TNM and TNM spend 2 minutes 31 seconds. TN-Man spend 3 minutes 7 seconds. TNB spend 2 minutes 2 minutes 56 seconds. And TN-Bay spend 3 minutes 34 seconds. Feedback everybody depends on it fulfill their project requirement in time. That's all for my report. Back to Mr. Supervisor.
Thank you very much for the time report. We call it accurate time report. This is very important. I think if she belongs to any club, she can be a permanent timekeeper. Give her a big round of applause. And of course now we come to the evaluation part. And the person who is the general evaluator is now in front of you is none other than Paisan. Give me a big round of applause. Thank you. And of course, my first personal evaluator who is going to evaluate Toastmaster M, that is none other than my brother, GTM Arun.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, especially our Toastmaster, right? First of all, I would like to ask you first, did you have the manual before you prepare your speech? No. No, right? Okay. And today, as you introduce yourself, I just would like to say that you have a very good preparation because I saw you bring a note. Note to bring up here for the first speakers, no problem. Because we have to prepare ourselves, Sometimes we have to read. That is normal. Don't worry. Everybody just said. I like to ask you whether how well did we know after listening to her speak. Where is she born? Library. No, she worked at library, right? You work at library, GIE library, and live at Kanchanaburi and come to work to library every day. And you are also very happy, right? I just say, okay, today we have your very good friend. Whenever you have problem, she always help you. This is the one of the thing that I have learned from you. Normally, if we never have a chance to read the book, we do not know that every kind of speech, no matter you speak for 2 minutes or 7 minutes or 2 hours, we have to have the opening, main body, and conclusion. 3 parts: opening, main body, and conclusion. That's the 3 parts. And you also have that because you said, please let me introduce myself. That is actually like that. And then you tell your name, and where did you born and how do you work. And on the conclusion, you just say, thank you very much for listening. That is okay for 3 part. What I have seen you have a little bit of nervousness, little bit. And I felt that you can improve if you have a manual to read it before you come to the university, because you will be better, I'm sure. Because according to your speed, you have your strong point, and we have good preparation, your strong point, and half 2 minutes 31 seconds. A little bit short, right? Because normally for project number 1, 4 to 6 minutes, a little bit. But if you have time to deliver on project number 2, 5 to 7 minutes, and you have a preparation. Congratulations.
Yes, I would like to say congratulations to the speaker. Well done. Today I will not evaluate the personal evaluators. Normally as a general evaluator, I will not touch much on the speaker, but on the personal evaluators. Today is different. But I would like to tell all of the speakers, don't forget at the end of the speech, we don't have to say thank you. Because we share the knowledge, share the ideas. So people learn from that. We don't say thank you. I always say that we say thank you as a speaker only when people invited us to speak, and then we are not sure whether they will invite us to speak again because they pay us very highly. And so we say thank you, invite me again please. But when we share the ideas with people, we don't have to say thank you at the end. When after the speech we just pause and people will applaud. That's all. It's my thank you. Personally in the heart. Don't have to say thank you outside. And of course now, I would like to invite our President Kwanchai to give the evaluation to the second speaker, Toastmaster name. Welcome.
Thank you. Mr. General Evaluator, Federal Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, and National Evaluator, I'm very happy to listening about the Toastmaster Nan to talk about herself. Congratulations to Toastmaster Nan. Your speech is very excellent. Why? You are very, very well passed. Why? Because it is not easy to stand here. Everyone, the first time is nervous. Fear everything. Fear your eye, where everyone feel forgot in the memory. But I think a lot of Thai people to the memory with a short note, right? The same me. Okay. Toastmaster Nan, I heard from her about a lot of things, right? Not like, but the one thing I think I am very, very angry. You are a good girl. Because your boyfriend work at the secondary province. You come from Nayok, right? And then suddenly, how far from Nayok to Sumri? I think you love your boyfriend very much. The same Kaki, right? Kaki is a boy or girl? I don't know. It's a girl? Girl, wow. I agree them. Okay. I think you are the 76-year-old and your position is a real property procurement officer, right? And then maybe you bring your notes. Don't worry anything. You can talk English. I think everyone very happy listening to you. I don't know your boss in the Somali isประมาณI know. Miss Supin จงจัดการ right? Yeah. She cannot heard about it in your English, but I heard you. Okay. And you love seafood, Thai foods. Maybe you are a biker because you love biker. And then you have two barbers. You don't like fast food, junk food, and the night bar. And then I think you is a very excellent girl. Congratulations, Toastmaster man again. I now turn the control to Mr. Jerome Baker. Thank you so much.
Wow. A thorough evaluation. And I'm sure that the speaker will learn from that and then improve on the points that he mentioned. Toastmaster name, again, congratulations. And of course, now before going to the third speaker, I would like to say that today we have art cultures. Like we have an art culture, who is our art culture. So ladies and gentlemen, first join me in welcoming our art culture.
Fellow Toastmaster and guests, my role as art counter is to count the number of unnecessary words or sound or repetitive words you use when you are speaking on the stage. For example, you know, I mean, the word like that will be count. These are fillers that would affect your effectiveness in delivering your speech. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable about this. It's just a report so you know yourself, and next time you could improve your speech. Here is my report. Toastmaster Shorty, Mr. President, Toastmaster Nan, Toastmaster B. You have a lot of unnecessary words, but don't worry, next time you improve yourself. Toastmaster B, you have 5. Toastmaster Guan Mi, I have 5 also. And for whom I don't mention, congratulations, we don't have any problem. That's all for my
Wow. To count the ROO is not to embarrass the speaker, but to advise them in the future we can improve. And then say less R, less Don't worry about it. At home, do it as many times as you want. If sometimes you forget to say ROO at home, it becomes not natural, right? When I talk to my wife said if you don't say R for 1 month, you have a problem with me. Because I love your art. So it's very wonderful. But in Toastmasters, we try to reduce the number of hours. You could see if you are talking in the parliament with so many you wasted the time. Time is very important, as we always say. But you could see, actually, we Toastmasters don't talk about politics. But if you watch the debate in the parliament, sometimes people don't really have enough time. They felt that. But in Toastmasters, we never say, I don't have enough time. I have to manage the time. Because they, like in the parliament, if a speaker coming up, Mr. Chairman, today I have half an hour to talk. You gave me only 10 minutes, it's not enough. The chairman said, no, you got only 10 minutes, no more. Then the speaker said, no, I have to at least speak for 15 minutes. Arguing with the chairman said 1 minute already gone. You got 9 minutes left. And then you going arguing, there's no more time. So we have to know how to manage the time, that's all. And of course now we come to the next one. There will be the next speaker, Toastmaster B. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the personal evaluator, Alan.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, especially our Toastmaster team today. With the third speaker, your speech today took 2 minutes 50 seconds, a little bit short, because this is the first time, and I'm sure you also do not have to. That's why you do not know the layout of the speech. As I have mentioned, the layout of the speech, no matter you speak 2 minutes or 2 hours, just the same. Opening, melody, and conclusion. Just the next thing you want. Because every time, wherever you speak, we need 3 parts. Right? You have introduce yourself. My name is Thirapong. This is the first part. And then your second part, you're talking about your family. You work at treasure the concept of here, right? And the most important thing that you like traveling and you bring your wife to Hokkaido, Japan, where you have a long weekend or long time. Oh, very good. I believe that your wife likes it very much, right? How about your children? Do you have children? No. Normally, if you would like to introduce ourselves, the easiest one is to just tell the audience about your past, your destiny, your future. Your past, just like where you born, right? And how about your family, your parents, what is their occupation, and your educational background, and your present, how about your work now, and what about your future? What would you like to be? That's the easy one, no matter. You can do this one because as we have a lot of things in our life, we can take anyone. Okay. The one that I like to congratulations to you is that you can speak loud enough that everybody can hear it. Enough. Only you do not have conclusion, no problem. Well prepared also because you bring your note. The next time, if you have time to deliver your speech, try to speak more, prepare more. That's okay. Congratulations.
Wow. Congratulations to our speaker, Toastmaster B. Congratulations. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, after the evaluation, then you will know how to improve yourself. And then you just do it again. Don't forget. When you have the opportunity, practice. And then you become a better speaker. In Toastmasters, we don't say you are the best normally. We are the better person. Because I myself don't think that anyone is perfect. All those who are perfect are not here with us. They are living peacefully, happily in the tomb. All of us still alive. We have to work hard to struggle to be better every day. So now we are coming to the part before the last speaker evaluation. I would like to say today, the word of the day, Toastmaster Cherry, you did it very well. I would like to go into one package, quote of the day, Toastmaster Kwan. Both of you did it very well. The only thing, so when we are giving the speech, don't forget if you have the notes. There are 2 ways. One way is to deliver it like the newscast. When people newscasting their world, that's coming up and look at it. Sometimes not to read it. We read in the start. That, for example, we will say, when many people are afraid, then we look at the audience. And today, sometimes you did it very well because you pause a little bit, you use eye contact. The way we use eye contact is very important. For example, when you look at this side, but not eye contact, I used to talk about it. And then someone who listened to that tried to use eye contact. One of my friends, when he got up, I say when you use eye contact, you have to contact with your audience. And to look at them, sometimes your eyes start to interact with the others. Then he got up, he used this eye contact. I said this is not eye contact, it's eye attack. It's eye contact, we have to make it in a gentle way and the people will feel it. And of course now, I would like to say, both of you did it well. Again, give them a thunderous applause. And of course, Toastmaster J today, when she came up as the table topics master, she looked very smart. Jay, you know that your stand so good. I don't know whether the microphone didn't work well at the beginning or you stood too far from the microphone, that's all. And then she asked the question 2 times. And sometimes probably her question is so interesting, but very difficult to answer too. And she repeated it for understanding. And at the end, she discovered that sometimes it's quite difficult for you to answer. So she asked the respondent to have a choice, an option to speak either in Thai or English. And I love all the respondents did it very well. So Jay, you did it well today. Congratulations. For the respondents, we have altogether 5 respondents. The first respondent was Master Pei, right? She thought that she could answer there, but finally she had to come up here give the answer. Pei, you know your strength is that when you move to the lectern, you look very lively, like a star. Yeah, this is your strength. Don't worry about the nervousness. Everyone will have it. You move, wow. And then you started to speak. Only the time is a bit short, don't worry. Next time extend a little bit, you will be successful. Now that's all. And of course, this is the first time you did it well for different topics. For the second respondent, I don't want to talk much about him, Toastmaster Juan, because he already the Toastmaster. I met him so many times. And Juan tried to express himself until at the end with a conclusion. You don't experience Toastmaster coming to the conclusion, you pause a little bit. But today, Toastmaster Juan, you ended the session very well. But if you could enforce a little bit in the conclusion, it is an excellent answer today. Congratulations. And then, of course, the third respondent was Master Chinny, right? When she came up here, we thought that she's not ready. But what is her strength? Even she talked very little. She used body language. I didn't evaluate what she talked today. I evaluated her body language is very, very strong. So keep it. This is the strong point. Next time, if you forgot a certain word, you don't know the word, use your body language. Actually, I have a story to share. Body language is the number one. And today you did it well. Congratulations. Why is body language so important? Some 30 over years ago, one of my friends would like to train the people to be the door-to-door salesman. And then one guy came to the interview. I helped him interview. And then the guy stammered before saying, I cannot do it. And then the manager could be accept this one. I say, he's the best one, with the passion. You know when you want to say, could you sell? I said, no problem for this one. So the 12 salesmen went out door to door, knocking to sell the fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. After 1 hour, all of them came back. Nobody could sell anything except the one who said, So I asked him, how did you sell it? He said, I know, not at the door. When people come out, he said, the fire extinguisher. He sold 10 packages. Body language with sincerity. So ladies and gentlemen, as a speaker, sincerity, honesty is the number one. So we all can do it, I'm sure. And of course, I would like to say, well done. And then, so what about the last Toastmaster B, a life meaning? It looks easy but difficult to answer. Anyway, he tried to squeeze out all the best he could. Some in Thai words, in English, don't worry. Just do it. Congratulations. Last but not least, the respondent Toastmaster name. When you spoke Thai, I would like you to join my club. We opened the Thai club. We are going to celebrate the 13th year of the Thai club. Actually myself, I refused opening Thai club in Thailand. We want our Thai people who can speak Thai very well, like Toastmaster Nan, to turn it into English, be competitive, compete with the world outside Thailand. I remember Prime Minister Ajahn, His Excellency Anand Panjarachu used to ask me, why not you open Thai clubs all over the country? I said, my mission is to help Thai people to compete in the world arena. And I don't think that we need Thai club. He said you would help at least 200 Thai clubs. Just in a few provinces. Believe it or not, at one moment I couldn't stand it. Because when I ask people to speak English, I say, oh, my English is not good. That's the excuse. So I decided to form the Thai club. The only club in the world. And up to now, still one club. Because people speak Thai. They think they are good speakers. But when they speak outside, it seems to be my ruler, right? Now, so that's the problem. Even speak Thai, we got problem. So it's still one club until now, instead of 200 clubs. Because people make excuses. I'm not afraid. My Thai is good, even I cannot make people understand. And this is the problem. So please join the English club and then do the best you can. And of course, I would like to say, Toastmaster Nan, keep on speaking and then translate, interpret into English. I do believe that you will be one of the best speakers. Congratulations. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the last speaker, I would like to invite again the youngest Toastmaster, DGM Arun, for Toastmaster
Mr. General Evaluator, Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to evaluate our Toastmaster to pay the last speaker today. And not only the last speaker, the one who speaks longest one. I'm 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Congratulations. And I have just mentioned, in any kind of speech, we need opening, memory, and conclusion. And the easiest one is you do past, present, and future. Right? And you already tell us about something. In your speech, you just say that your name is Pupe and you were born in Surat Thani. Surat Thani is about in the past, you start in the past, and your education background is you graduated from Bangkok University in business, computer, very good one. And you also, this is the past. And the present is, now you're working at Treasury Department, you have a lot of friends, you only 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your present. For your future, not yet. But you tell us about your lot of things. Hobby, your hobby, right? Searching internet, right? Food, like your favorite cuisine, fish, salmon, or something like that, and you like also traveling to Taiyok for a lot of things. This is about your center. And your conclusion, glad to be here, nice to meet all of you. Very good. Opening, memory, and conclusion. For your strong point that we have known you a lot from your speech today. You tell us a lot of things about yourself. Show that you are well prepared. Because you have about 2 pages or something like that. And one thing that when we read, the first project we will not evaluate about the hand gesture, eye contact, or anything. Then for next project. The first project really emphasizes on your strong point. And you see that you are very confident when you come here. Your voice is loud enough to be heard. And you prepare a lot of things. So we know a lot of things. And I noticed that they have no sign on Novenet also. So in conclusion, I would like to say congratulations for your speech today. And I hope that if you have a chance to review on the next week, you have a chance to speak more because project number 2 is 5 to 7 minutes. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much, DT and Morun. And of course, Toastmaster Pei, the last speaker, and then when she was speaking, I thought she was very excited, but she went on. Excitement is great. Master the excitement, master the nervousness, turn it into power. I'm also excited when seeing all of you because I have to visualize what I'm going to talk about, how to make you understand, how to talk to the audience in the right way. Now this is what causes excitement, but we master and we feel more confident. Toastmaster Pei, congratulations. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is impossible in life. Because impossible means I am possible. So keep on working with it. And then it's very easy if you do it every day. Practice our voice, our body language, practice our English. Yeah, we talk every day, we will be good in English. Don't worry about that. Just keep on doing it. And just try to pronounce it correctly. And to make people understand, that is more important. Now, for example, since we don't have the English session today, but don't worry, I thought that Jay prepared, and at the back, on the back of the agenda, there will be something for you to share. There are two ways in speaking English. First of all, when we learn how to speak, and Jay said would like us to practice reading. The way to read, there are so many ways. When you are going to read a story to the students, to the children, I don't know if some of you have done it. Children, when we're going to read a story to the children, we have to do something different. Not like, for example, one day I was being invited to read the story, the Jack and the Beanstalk. To show the teachers how to interest the student, the young one. You know, when you go Jack and the Beanstalk one day, and then the children say, oh, nothing interesting. The group of foreign students, so it's some time. So we say, boys and girls, have you ever heard the story about Jack and the Beanstalk? The boy Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack and the Beanstalk. Have you ever heard about the giant? And so, is it a one upon a time? So once upon a time, all the boys, they look at you. So that is the storytelling technique. But in reading, when you are going to read, for example, are you afraid of flying? You have to go. So I would like Jay to start it, and then all of you can share on that. You can do whatever you want here. Maybe a bit higher, louder. Don't be afraid of that. I always say if you want to speak a language well, try to speak as naturally as you can. When I learned Chinese, I try to be naturally. When I went to Shanghai, I said, 你好. Wow, then they taught me Chinese very good. They all spoke Chinese very fast. Slow down. I knew a few words. I knew only a few words, slow down. But we try. We try to do it. So Jay, could you please come up here? Welcome. What we are going to do?
Yes, today we will practice reading our reading skill. So turn back our paper back. Then read each one paragraph. So I will start first. Are you afraid of flying? Many people are afraid of flying in airplanes, but they shouldn't be. Flying is actually one of the safest ways to travel. In fact, when measured per mile, flying is actually far safer than driving or traveling by train. And then next people will read the next one.
Could I suggest a little bit because we have a big group of people. So how about the way one read up to the punctuation like question mark stop, or the second one you add the full stop.
So everyone can enjoy. For example, if you start the first one, for example, suppose you start,
Are you afraid of flying?
I will go. Many people are afraid of flying in airplanes, and then the next one. Yeah, if airplane the comma, I will go. I will not stop. No, but it shouldn't be. And then the next one will go on. Okay. So the first speaker, if motivational, the second speaker will also be passionate about that. Yes, so you start and then you can ask everyone to go.
Again, I will start. Are you afraid of flying?
Many people are afraid of flying in airplanes. They shouldn't be.
So the next one, please. Louder, please.
Flight is actually one of the
Sentence.
way to travel.
Yes, next one.
In fact, the natural world mind flight is actually far safer than driving or traveling by train.
Thank you. Next, please.
Not only is flying the fast most of than cars, but it is also the fastest.
Thank you. Next.
Just 100 years ago, if you want to travel from China to the United States,
And then, Canada, United States.
you would have to travel by boat for many weeks.
Thank you. Next.
Now you can get plane in class 24
Thank you. Next, please.
and are also quite comfortable and often offer in-flight entertainment such as therapy.
Thank you. Next, please. Thank you. Next, please.
Of course, that don't stop some people from being afraid of flying.
Just idea of starting just the most and handling my first consequence my intimidating for many.
And every place that just
comparing the number of deaths caused by cars, trains, and airplanes is very difficult.
Many more people drive and fly.
This means how many people will die per billion kilometers traveled. Motorcycles, for example. Sorry, for example. Are very dangerous and 108.9 people will die per every billion kilometers traveled. Yes, please.
Trains are fuel safe with only 0.6 people dying per billion kilometers traveled.
Subway and metro rail are even safer with only 0.24 people dying per billion kilometers traveled.
Next please. Uncle.
It is far lower as most option for in transportation.
Commercial flight is especially safe.
When a commercial aircraft crash, it gets a lot of attention.
Sometimes hundreds of people can die in a single crash.
Yeah. Part of the reason this crash gets so much attention is because they are so rare.
In fact, communication, texting, road civilians, and very advertising on people and their experience. Design, over
flying backpack. So tools expect you bring down and backpack.
The safest place to be.
When it comes to traveling, flying is undoubtedly the safest, fastest, and the most comfortable way to travel. While the concept may seem scary, the modern aviation industry takes safety very seriously, and modern aircraft are now extremely safe. You would be more likely to die traveling by bicycle or even on foot. So don't worry. Thank you.
Congratulations, well done. The most important thing when we are reading, don't forget to read the full fragment. Like we said, 10 kilometers. When we say 0.24, we will say 0.24. Now that's all. Don't forget, because we used to say kilometer, right? Sometimes we don't forget kilometer, a little bit on that. That's all. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, when you join the meeting, update yourself. When you go back, also keep yourself updated. This is the most important thing. Make yourself with a great attitude every day. Every morning you get up and you are ready to do something with your speech that's so powerful. You can help people all over the world. When I pass the tollway at the tollway, I always say good morning to them. I always say, hey, you look great today. And somebody says, wow, so great. And then they look happy. Sometimes people are very tired. When you say something great, you change their life. So the most important thing, don't forget to be cheerful. I would like all of you, before I leave the stage, shake hands with one beside you, say you are wonderful. For example, say you are wonderful. Everyone please shake hands with the one beside you. Say you are wonderful. You are wonderful. Yeah. Say it with power. Every day you meet someone, say you are wonderful. Say to yourself, you are wonderful. Have you ever say to yourself, have you ever thanked your heart? Every day. I would like everyone to put the right hand over the chest where your heart located, not others' heart, your own heart. Have you ever thanked your heart, working so hard? Every day I say to myself before going to bed, oh my heart, you work so hard. Don't die yet. I will do better. Together, please. I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
Congratulations. Wish you all the best. Speak up with power. Be the best of yourself. Be an authentic leader. And not only the organization, the treasury department, not only our community, not only our country, Thailand, but the world will be a better place to live in. Back to you.
Before closing the meeting, everyone, please give a big round to Ajahn Isan. Thank you everyone for a job well done. I will say I love Toastmaster because Toastmaster bring the new good skill, bring the good thing for me. 3 years ago, I cannot stand here. Every nervous, every fear, and I cannot talking everything because I forgot everything when I stand here. And then, thank you everyone. Before closing, let me ask some question from everyone. Sir, how do you feel this meeting?
Morning, honorable speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thanapol Sokon. I work as Computer Technical Officer, Senior Professional Level. Today, my first time is to join Toastmaster Club meeting. I'm very happy to have a great chance to be here for develop speaking skill. I think this is useful activities. I'm looking forward to meet again to have a lot of talk with you guys, and then I hope everyone enjoy our meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster. And then and let me ask about Mr. Cameraman. Please contact my art. How do you feel this meeting? Mr. Cameraman.
Good morning. My name is Chakapan. Come from the Information Technology Center. Today I had the opportunity to come to Toastmaster Nakhon Pathom. I feel happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations everyone. Before I take a good photo, I want to say the next meeting is on Wednesday, 10 September afternoon. Please join us. Please join us. Don't worry anything. Please join us. If you come to the headquarters, please join us every Wednesday. Twice a month, and the second week and the fourth week, every afternoon Wednesday. Okay? Let's say thank you again, and now I am closing the meeting. Now, thank you very much. Please take a good photo, and we have a lunch for you, everybody. Okay.